I think I got mixed personalities.
Alright, hey guys, it is Layla here, and I am back with another video. Actually, we don't put my glasses on, so as you can see, I work at Chick-Fil-A. So I posted a video on my first day of work, and it actually got more views than I thought it would. It got to like 3,000. And actually, you guys were commenting and asking like how I got the job, what kind of questions. And I was just like, I answered most of them, but I'm just gonna make a whole video about it. So I'm actually leaving to go to work in like another like 40, 30 minutes. But I was like, let me go ahead and make this video real quick because when I get home from work, I am going to be tired. Now let me get to the point. Okay. So when you applied, if they say, oh, well, we want to have you come in for an interview, then So you gotta be prepared if you really want the job. So make sure your resume is good, make sure you're honest about it because they're gonna ask you, they're gonna go over it with you. When people come in for interviews now that I work there, some people come in jeans and a shirt. They come in looking however they want. But when I interviewed with them, I wanted to present myself in a good way because first of all, it was my first job, so I wanted to make sure everything. Yeah, I was watching YouTube videos, stuff like that too, because I wanted the job. Okay, so some of the questions they asked me, the questions weren't really serious and you know what I'm saying? They're kind of wanting to know me, what kind of person I am. Of course, they want to know how I could benefit the company, what I want to bring to the company. They asked me some questions like that. Do I want to go to college? They just want to know and get to know you. And they want to know who they're about to hire. So my first interview, I met with a manager. And then they asked me, the first interview was probably the most, I wouldn't say serious, scare nobody, but it was more about the company. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to do a little research on it so you can be like, oh yeah, I know this. Or during orientation, you can be like, oh yeah, I already know this about the company. They wanted me to come in next week for a second interview, so that's what I did. And that was basically with somebody else, and they kind of wanted to, get to know me. In the first interview, they wanted to get to know me, but this one was mainly get to know me, what kind of school I go to, what my schedule would be like. Another thing is before you leave and they're like, oh, what are you about to do or something like that, they're like, oh yeah, I'm just about to get some food, because then they'll be like, you know what, it's on us today. So yeah. So I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't nervous. I was nervous a little bit, mainly for the first one. I was kind of nervous. Have eye contact. They look for eye contact. And the way you present yourself the first time tells a lot about you. Don't not make eye contact. Don't look around or be say yes sir, yes ma'am, whoever's interviewing you. Just be respectful. I'm going to tell you guys the process of how I got hired. So I was looking for jobs. I applied for Foot Locker, Party City, stuff like that. I called them. They still was like, oh, nah, we'll call you back, and we'll see. They never called me back. So I was let me apply for Chick-Fil-A. The only fast food place I would work is Chick-Fil-A. I did not want to work in fast food. I was like, if I do, I'll work at Chick-Fil-A. So in 2 days, once I applied, they contacted me back. They sent me a text and was like, oh, you can come to our open interview on Tuesday. So that's what I did. I prepared. I looked up a little bit of the history, just a little bit, because in case they asked me, it could seem like I know stuff. Yeah, so once they texted me back, I was excited. And one of my friends that I during that time, I was just now getting to know her. She already worked there, so she was already telling me just helping me. You know what I'm saying? But so Tuesday came around. I came for my interview. It wasn't that long. It was I'll say it was 10 minutes maybe. And when I first got in there, they had me do this game on the computer. It was just me. It wasn't 2 other people I was looking at, anything like that. Where it was 2 images, but I had to spot the difference. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if anybody else really did that, but they had me do it. And luckily, I wasn't having a slow moment at that time because I was figuring it out. So that went good. And at the end, they were like, okay, so next week I want you to come in again. You're going to meet with so-and-so, which is another manager. And I was like, okay, I kind of wanted to get hired on the spot. I was like, dang, are they like having second thoughts about me? But they like basically do that with everybody, but not everyone, but it really depends. But I was just like, you know, it's okay. But in me, I was like, I got the job. But yeah, cause like I know I did good in my interview. Like, why would you not hire me? So I came for my second interview. The guy, he was cool, stuff like that. Insulted my high school, and it's okay though. It was all out jokes, kind of, but it was cool. It was cool. So basically, they're like, okay, yeah, you got the like what kind of schedule? So it was basically like be on the lookout on your email for like orientation schedules, stuff like that. So like I think it was like about a week later. It was like a week or two later. I don't know. It's kind of a slow process, but it's okay. But they sent me an orientation schedule, and orientation wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't bad. It was actually cool. Like they sat us in a room. They went over like the rules, like different. They were telling us stories that happened at Chick-Fil-A and the other location because the owner on both of them, stuff like that. They offered us a drink and they let us get food after, except for this one time. I don't know if they forgot, but I didn't want to be stingy. Like, oh, well. But so it doesn't matter. My mom cooked like got home anyways. I had like 3 or 4 days of orientation. Something like it was like that, but it wasn't like we had to come in our uniform for orientation. We just came in jeans, had to dress ourselves, so they were just going over stuff. And I think it was a week later where they actually like taught me separate, like on the POS, like the register, except they have it on iPad. So it's just me and the manager. You know, I sat on jeans and stuff like that. We were just going over it. Like I thought, like I had to come in with my uniform, all that. You know, be ready to get on the register. So I was nervous, but it wasn't even like that. They were just trying to go over on the iPad with me one-on-one to make sure I could, you know, start getting the hang of it. So I normally wear a size 6 in pants. So that's why I told them. When I got them, they were too big. They were big. Like, Aeropostale 6 is different from Chick-Fil-A 6. So I ended up getting a size 2, and it fits good. It fits good. And it's perfect. I mean, yeah, so I was just like, okay. I did not know the sizes ran differently, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I went like, when I said a size 6, it didn't work. So I was like, okay, let me try a 4. I think it was a 4, and it was still like big on the waist part. So that's why I was like, okay, let me size it down. So that's what I did. And luckily, the second time they got it, the size wrong, I'm glad they got the size wrong because I was sick. Like, my first day of work, well, what was supposed to be my first day of work, I did not feel good at all. I was still getting over whatever was wrong with me. Like, I did not feel good. So luckily the pants didn't fit, so they could like order it, and it was a good process. There's nothing to be worried about. Just be honest. If they ask you questions, just be honest and answer them, but answer them in a good manner. Don't like look off or just look at them. If you have to think about it, just be like, okay, let me think about that for a second, please. Stuff like that. It's just be yourself type. So when you work there, you're gonna, everyone, well, I can't speak for every Chick-fil-A, but you're gonna make like friends with your coworkers. Even 50-year-old Miss Becky, like, you guys are a team. You have to communicate while you're working at Chick-fil-A. Like, if you don't communicate and you're confused, you just throw off everybody else. So you just gotta communicate. Like, it will come to you. Like, at first, I was kind of like, but it will come to you. And another thing, the register. When I first started working there, I was like, when I first started working there, they had me as a server, so I was on the register. But when I first started register, I wanted to cry. Like, I was like, what? Like, it was, I don't know why it was so hard, but now it's like, when you're on register, it's like, if you don't know something, ask for help. Like, I would have like co-workers in the middle of taking the order. If I need help on somebody else's order, they'll help me real quick, you know, and then I'll pick it up. Sometimes I don't remember the first time, and I'll need to ask maybe like 2 or 3 more times about something. I still ask questions, but if you guys have any questions, comment them, unless you already did another video. But yeah, so okay, so looks like I'll be headed to work in about like 20 minutes. But thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry if I didn't cover everything. I was just trying to go what I think you guys wanted to hear. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe to me, and thanks for watching. Okay, so I was starting to edit my video, and I noticed the whole time, like, my hair had my collar weighing down like that kind of the whole time, and it's really cringing me, but I don't want to restart the video, so I apologize, and this is how it's supposed to look. Ooh, I hope corporate don't see this.